message is integrating different industries in new and valuable ways to solve problems of today. Let's see here. Okay, so again, I'm Thomas Monte. I went to school here, graduated in March, did the part-time program. I'm the president and general counsel of Interra Energy, and it was kind of a brainchild of this school and a little bit at the law school at UCSD. So what our company does is we make a product called Biochar. Now I guess this computer doesn't have the fonts that we were using, so it's a little bit smaller. But what Biochar is, it's a soil amendment for, it's basically like charcoal, but it's a soil amendment that enhances the nutrient retention and water retention properties of soil and its ability to sustain microbial life. So just a quick little thing right here. This is just for those of you who don't know much about it. It basically helps increase the yield the yield of your crops, and it also sequesters carbon that was taken out of the atmosphere in the soil, and it's a permanent solution as opposed to having to fertilize year after year. It stays in the soil and only gets better after the first couple of years. So here's how this slide we like to show, because it gives you an idea of how Interra fits within the ecosystem, within the value chain, and we couch it in the problems that we help solve and how it provides a solution in that way. So first problem that our societies and communities are encountering is landfill space and having overfilling landfills and not wanting to do more. So and then we also have CO2 developing in the atmosphere and accumulating in the atmosphere. The cost of renewable energy is fairly expensive. Costs are driving down, but basically our generation has to replace fossil fuels, and that's a big job, and so we need as many renewable sources as possible. Then there's also food cost, food nutrition, food availability, and all those types of things. So what we do to start it out is we take biomass, put it into our black box, our machine, we'll see a little bit of it later, and make biochar. And another co-product that we make is a flammable gas that can be converted into electricity, basically straight out of the box. And so we're able to power our operations, but also export a significant amount of energy to the grid for other homes, to power other homes. And then so this biochar basically is incorporated into the soil and then helps the soil retain its nutrients, grow more per input of resources. And then what we like to brag a little bit about with we have a sustainability feedback loop, in that there's a lot of biofuels and things like that going on today that are basically killing the soil that they're trying to grow, like things for ethanol, corn ethanol, things like that. What we are able to do is use the agricultural residues and waste and green waste and things like that to actually power our system, and then return the nutrients that were taken out of the soil in that green waste or whatever the feedstock may be, and then return it back to the communities in which it was harvested from to benefit the soil. So basically, many problems, one solution. That's what we're trying to achieve right now. For the entrepreneurs in the room, one of the things that's hardest to do in a community like this that's kind of focused on biotech and healthcare related things is talking about the value chain and having people understand what's actually possible here. So what we did is we did a value trident, and I'll explain it, how it works, and just talk about where we sit in the middle of the value chain. So basically we're able to take the waste biomass and Oftentimes we can get paid for that, and because we're performing a disposal service for the waste haulers and people like that. And we convert that into biochar, as I said. That's the biggest money maker. It's a great product. If you haven't heard about it yet, you should. I encourage you to check out our website, or at least Google search it and check it out. It's a pretty amazing thing. We also create the electricity, and then there's also plenty of government incentives, and whether they be carbon credits, grants, attractive loans, etc. There's a lot out there, and that's what we're working to get access to with our startup. So there we go. And then at the end, we can also benefit from licensing our technology and things like that, because we are developing the technology ourselves. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this is a little pitchy because we're still trying to raise funding, so it's a different audience. But this is our technology. We have our engineers here. Actually, he designed this layout, Aaron Yard, and this is basically what it's going to look like when it sits on a footprint on a piece of land. It doesn't take up much land. If you look at that box right there, that's our date, and that's roughly the size of a shipping container. So that gives you kind of a scale of what we're looking at. And then this is our facility layout. 1 minute? Okay. And then this is our facility layout where we want to incorporate things like compost. Also, the gas that we create is a methane-rich gas that we hope to refine into compressed, so that we can make compressed natural gas to fill up the same trucks that drop off the biomass to us, and send them on their way back on their routes with renewable biomethane in the tank. So, and this is basically our plan. We've designed a business model that's highly scalable, and we're using a clustering strategy of small facilities all over the place, rather than big facilities, just a couple big ones, and it makes it more sustainable, makes it a lot less greenhouse gas emissions, and that's what we're going for. So there we go. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.